So I'm here with my version of our flat Earth, my model of it, and I'm excited. Like I really am. I'm like a kid, a young kid the night before Christmas, and have been for the past several hours. All I can say is I'm extremely humbled because I believe what they just witnessed is what not only what I've been saying for months now and claiming that the biblical cosmological model predicts it, but I was able to model it as well. And 2 days before today, I got my best version of the modeling so far, and it's only going to get better and better. And from what I'm seeing from the footage of the confirmed 24-hour Antarctic sun, which I've been saying for a while now that I would bet everything that we do see it. What I'm seeing, I'm not there, but what I'm seeing, it fits exactly what I can demonstrate within this model. Now, is this model perfect and exactly like the system that our Creator created? No, but it is following the principles and the descriptions that He gives us in His Word. And by doing that, I'm able to account for these phenomena. So I can account for the 24-hour sun exactly like they're seeing it. And when they see the 24-hour moon at the specific times, I can even tell you what times that would be. It's going to be this time of year, 2 weeks out of the year. They're going to see it from the first waxing crescent until the first quarter. They'll see it for those days for 24 hours circling with the sun in the sky. After first quarter, it'll pass the equator headed towards Cancer. They won't see it until it gets back to third quarter when it crosses back across the equator towards Capricorn. And they'll see the third quarter moon until no moon for 7 days. So they're going to see for 14 days, the first week of every month and the last week of every month, they'll see a 24-hour moon right now. In the winter time, the full moon, basically from first quarter moon until third quarter moon, those 14 days would be the days that they would see a 24-hour moon. And that's because the moon's moving between the tropics monthly, opposite to the sun. The sun moves between the tropics annually. So you only get the 24-hour sun at intervals annually, whereas the moon will swap back and forth 2 weeks at a time, depending on the time of year, whether it's winter or summer. So with this kaleidoscopic type system, what you get is an apparent view to the luminaries at all times. So what their sources are, we don't know for sure what the source is, but what we do know is the light we see is an apparent view to each viewer at all times. We're not seeing the physical object, the physical source itself. We see what appears to be a physical representation in an apparent position to us at all times. I'm excited. I think it's awesome. I can't wait for them to get back with all this data and us to really pour through it. This is something that is beyond amazing. I mean, it's 200 years. This topic has been, at least 200 years, this topic has been completely swept under the rug, not talked about, and hidden. And right now it is one of the biggest conversations out there. And it's only opening the door to truth because we know we've been lied to on a massive scale. And we've got to relearn everything, and we're doing it. And the Creator's being faithful to give us revelation about His design and His realm and how it actually works. And that to me is just amazing. But in the system He created a cast metal mirror, a molting looking glass, or a bronze metal mirror that reflects heat in His description of His Word. When you apply those principles and then you study superfluids and how those act, and how it's very likely that the ceiling of our domed mirror is filled with a superfluid. That superfluid layer would create a two-way mirror at its level surface, which is what I have represented here. And when you do that, you get that exact same thing where you have a source light coming in, and then from beneath, depending on your position on the realm, you see an apparent representation of that source light. And it's quite beautiful. It's actually spreads the light out so perfectly and evenly that it's an amazing creation. We know water's level. We know we need a container for gas pressure. We know we're not moving, that we're stationary. So all of those things, and we know that the sun's not 93 million miles away, a ball of mainly helium gas in a near perfect vacuum. We know so many different things that falsify the so-called heliocentric model. And some people say, well, it's not heliocentric, it's barycentric. Whatever you want to call it, the model that we were all taught about, the wobbling, spinning, tilted space pair covered with water since birth, that is just pseudoscience nonsense, is ridiculous. So I'm excited. I am glad that Austin and Jaron and Lise and the others went down there to do this, because now we know for sure. There's no more, oh, well, this video is fake, this video is fake, it's edited here, it's edited there. We know. And we know we have a 24-hour sun. It's my stance that the biblical model predicted it ahead of time. If it hadn't predicted it ahead of time, I wouldn't have been able to model it ahead of time based on the assumptions and depictions given to us in Scripture. So I'm excited. I'm humbled by that. Like, to me, it's humbling that the Creator would give me the revelation to do that and the wisdom to do that. I feel completely unworthy, but at the same time, I'm so grateful that He chose me to reveal these things. And people can say whatever they want about that. I don't care. I'm the only person in the world that's done it, as far as I know, and that's not a cocky, arrogant thing. I'm the only person in the world that has taken a physical model and showed how the 24-hour sun, anti-motion 24-hour sun, can work in this model around the entire perimeter of what we call the Antarctic ice wall. If you're far enough south, you're going to see that circling sun apparent to your position, and its position in the sky above you is just going to be relative to where you are. So flat Earth's not dead. You can't kill truth. The biblical model is the model because that's how the Creator made it. So I'm excited. I'm going to keep working. I've got so many plans to build several different versions of this, but this version here is like, I guess you would call it the prototype. So, well, maybe in a few years we'll have Flat Earth 2.0 model that'll be even better. Plan on doing quite a bit, ordering quite a bit of stuff, fabricating some stuff. It's not cheap, it's time consuming, and it's fun, but all the glory goes to Jesus. He created this thing. He gives us revelation. He gives us the very breath that we breathe. Every breath that we take is saying His name, saying the name of the Father, the unspeakable name of God. And we do that through the grace and mercy and love of His Son, Jesus Christ, and the sacrifice He made for us to set us free and to bring us truth and to bring us revelation. And that's what He's done. He's revealing His sevenfold creation to His people in the last days. And, there's going to be a lot of people that get deceived by this by the way they're going to spin the results of the 24-hour sun, the globe side. I'm not saying the flat earth side will do that. I think we're actually going to get evidence for flat earth. I think it's going to turn out in our favor. I can already kind of see how that's happening. The sun seemed to be higher in the sky than the globe predicted when they got down there. I even think that just a minute earlier when they confirmed it, that it seemed like it was still higher in the sky than it should have been, according to the globe predictions as far as the elevation angle of it. I could be wrong about that, but it doesn't matter because I can show it happening in this model. And from what I'm seeing of the sun in their footage, it's matching what I see when I do it in here. Now, that to me is just cool. So, flat Earth's not dead, people. You can't kill the truth. And I don't care what anybody says, it doesn't falsify the Gleason's map either, because with this kind of setup, put the Gleason's map under there, it works just fine. And it doesn't matter if Gleason said there was no 24-hour sun. That doesn't matter. What matters is, can we model it? Yes, we can model it. So if we can model it, then no one can say it's impossible. Now, if it was just a cartoon model, like the globe has, then yeah, they could say it's impossible. But a physical model, it's not a cartoon. So God bless. I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm probably not going to sleep well tonight because I'm just stoked. And I will say this, regardless of the intentions or what people think the intentions are, this is just a historical moment. It really is. It's quite a moment in history, and I'm excited to have somewhat been a part of it. I would have loved to be there. That would just be awesome to have my telescopes and everything out there. But I feel like the guys out there, from what I can tell, they're getting good data. They're using good equipment. So it's just going to be good. Knowledge is good. Truth is good. God bless. Jeremiah 33:3, Proverbs 25:2, 1 John 1:9, John 3:16 and 17, Romans 8:28. It's not about religion. It's about knowing the Creator and His creation and being connected to Him through that. So God bless everybody. Flat Earth's not dead. We have a model, and it's only going to get better with time.